Chapter S6 Earthworm Attack. Shortly after we got back to the school, it suddenly appears. To be precise, it must have been following us the whole time. What? I hear someone groan in disbelief. That's how terrifying its presence is. The earthworm. An incredibly high-powered monster that should never be in a place like this. And yet, here it is, baring its teeth at us on Academy grounds. Natsume! Is this another part of your scheme? Miss Oka confronts Hugo in a rage.
Don't look at me! If they planned anything like this, nobody told me!
Hugo looks genuinely panicked. I don't think he's lying.
Hey, guys! What the hell is this thing?
Hugo turns on the group of criminals arrested for working with him. It was supposed to be the ace in the hole for our plan.
So you guys prepared this?
That's right, a summoner contracted it, but apparently it's no longer under his influence.
What? Who was it?
It's me, but I can't stop it now. It was too strong for me to control in the first place. It was docile enough when I first captured and contracted it, but now it won't obey me at all. The criminals, all seeming hysterical, rush to answer Hugo's questions. I barely resist the urge to slap a palm to my forehead. What kind of idiot summons a monster they can't control? In my time with Faye, I also acquired creature training, a skill necessary for summoners, but it only lets me handle monsters weaker than myself. It is possible to form a contract with a stronger monster if they agree to it, but that only works if there's mutual trust between both parties. Otherwise, it's entirely possible for the monster to betray the summoner, like what's happening right now. The worm flexes its sharp nails and beats its huge, log-sized tail. The students and their seniors who were participating in the exercise are trying to intercept the beast, but the difference in power is apparent. It's no wonder. I'm praising it. I can see its stats are all around 2,000. It's incredibly powerful, even for a worm.
Well, doesn't this look good?
Faye, who'd come out to greet me, communicates her unease through telepathy. At this rate, we'll all be killed. I have to help.
Wait just a minute. I won't allow that. It's too dangerous.
Misoka tries to hold us back, but I can't just ignore all the people being injured right before my eyes. I shake Misoka off and run toward the worm.
Well, if that's how it is, I'll come with you, brother. Let me heal you.
Kadia, Sue, and Yuri follow. I start preparing magic as I run. The water spell I learned in class. Activate. A sphere of magic flies toward the worm. Just before it hits, though, the attack disappears as if it evaporated. It has Imperial Scales! Imperial Scales, an advanced version of dragon scales possessed by upper-class worms. In addition to a simple increase in defense power, it interferes with the composition of magic spells. This nasty skill makes landing both magic and physical attacks difficult.
Students, get back!
One of the teachers yells at us, but we can't stop now. I rank among some of the strongest people here. I can't back down just because I'm a student. Sue, back me up.
Right.
Sue and I release more magic spells simultaneously. The spells combine in mid-air. Like me, Sue's highest aptitude is water magic. If we combine our powers, it might be enough. This time, the water shot hits the worm's body without scattering. The worm roars in discomfort. This could work. It's not a lot of damage, but at least we can penetrate its defense. Following our lead, the other teachers and students start combining their spells. Kadia and Professor Oriza work together to shower the worm in fire magic. Then, when it shrinks away, the people who specialize in close combat push in for the attack. The damage still isn't much, but it's not nothing. But just as I start feeling hopeful, the earthworm stretches its neck. It's preparing a breath attack.
Retreat!
Someone shouts, but there's no time. Instead, I take a step forward and activate magic warfare and mental warfare at full power. At the same time, I use skill points to pick up light attack. Filled with light, my sword intercepts the worm's breath.
Ah!
Hang in there, body. Come on.
Honestly, you're so reckless.
I hear Faye. At the same time, the breath attack abruptly stops. My sword swings toward the worm's exposed neck and slices right through.
Don't move, okay? I'll treat you in just a moment.
As the word of God informs me that I've leveled up, Yuri uses recovery magic to heal my body. My arms are in particularly bad shape. If the breath attack had lasted any longer, they might have been blown right off. The thought makes my body tremble belatedly. Sue and Kadia wanted to come check on me, but before they had the chance, they were pulled away to help care for the others who'd been injured. I don't want them seeing me like this anyway. When it happened, I was just focused on the battle. But now that it's over, the terrifying realization that I could have died is sinking in. At the same time, the sword still clutched in my hand as if frozen in my grip looks terrifying to me now. The feeling I experienced when seeing the earthworm's head remained vivid. This is what it means to take a life. This is a real battle. I was confident I could fight because of my high stats and skills, and in theory, that's exactly what I did. But now that the battle's over, I've realized something. I didn't have a clue what combat really means. Is fighting always this scary? Killing? Slowly, I release the sword. My fingers move stiffly, as if they're numb with cold. Only when Yuri finishes healing me do they finally let go completely, assuring me that everything's okay now. Yuri is dispatched to heal others. My injury is all right now, but I can't say the same for my mental state. Honestly, it's pathetic. Sure, I didn't expect to fight something so huge in my first battle, but I shouldn't be freaking out this much. Especially when the fight's already over. My older brother Julius fights battles like this practically every day. If I want to catch up to him, I should be able to get over something like this without a problem. And look, now a few people are eyeing me worriedly. I have to smile and reassure them I'm okay. I'm sure that's what my brother would do. Come on, smile. I can't do it. I'm scared. Scared that I could have been killed. Scared that I killed a living thing. How can my brother, or any of the inhabitants of this world, do such a terrible thing so easily? How could Hugo try to kill me like that? If it's this upsetting just slaying a monster that had to be defeated anyway, how could anyone stay sane after killing another person? Why would anyone even consider such a thing? Or is it just that Hugo had already gone mad a long time ago? That's definitely possible. Hugo had the title Monster Slayer. It's something you receive after defeating a host of monsters, which means Hugo's already killed tons, that he's done what I just did over and over. Maybe he grew accustomed to it somewhere along the line, numb to the act of killing. I'm terrified. Just imagining it makes it hard to breathe. I inhale deeply and try to calm down. I still can't sort out my feelings about all this. But if the person who's supposed to lead the way to victory is in such a sorry state, it'll be hard for everyone else to celebrate. I don't think I can smile just yet, but I should at least try to put on a dignified air, even if it feels like it's a little late for that. Just then, I noticed Faye nearby, looking at the fallen earthworm. Faye was the one who saved me. At that crucial moment, she bit the worm's neck, interrupting its breath attack. If she hadn't, I might have been killed. Faye, you saved my life. Thank you. I push down the fear threatening to rise again as I offer a belated thank you.
Sure, don't mention it.
Faye continues staring distractedly at the dead worm. What's the matter?
Take a look at my status.
Puzzled, I obediently appraise my vaguely depressed-looking companion. Then I notice her new title, Kin Eater. As its name suggests, it's a terrible title conferred on those who have eaten the flesh of a blood relative. It can't be.
I don't see any other explanation, do you?
Faye must have bitten right through the worm's neck. If so, her grant of this title would make sense. In fact, that's the only way it could have happened.
I wonder if that worm came here, looking for me.
It's not impossible. Faye's egg was found in the Great Elro Labyrinth, a dungeon far from here. If that worm wasn't one of Faye's parents, I can't see any other reason why it would have come all the way here. In which case, a parent who'd come looking for its kidnapped offspring might have been killed at the hands of that very child, which means I decapitated one of her parents right in front of her. Ugh. I empty my stomach. My first real battle has become a truly bitter memory that'll be forever seared into my mind. Interlude. Despair of the Defeated. Shit! I won't let it end like this. This is my world. It exists for me, only for me. Why can't I accept this ending? Not a chance in hell. It's not over until everything is mine. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill. Desire level 1. Damn that elf. I'll have my revenge. She'll goddamn well rue the day she messed with me. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill. Wrath level 1. I'll take everything from her someday, just like she did to me. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill. Usurp level 1. Just you wait. I'll destroy all she holds dear. Then I'll beat her to a pulp when she wails and cries over their remains. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill. Crude level 1. You watch. I'm gonna take this world back for myself. Interlude. The Duke's Daughter and the Nosy Reincarnations. Faye, are you okay?
I'm fine. Sure, it was a bit of a surprise, but even if that was one of my parents, it's not like we ever met, right?
Gotcha. Make sure Yuri doesn't find out about all this, alright?
Good point. If she found out I have taboo now, she'd probably kill me.
Did someone say my name?
Huh? I definitely didn't.
Don't pop up out of nowhere like that. It's bad for my heart. What do you mean? I just walked over here quite normally.
It's alright. I'll just have to scare you for compensation for the year I just lost off my life.
What? Why? Oh, hey, so are you giving Shun a pass on your missionary work today? Oh, I already did it earlier.
You did, huh?
Why, I couldn't possibly abandon my mission to convey God's greatness to others. Even if you don't understand it now, I'm sure the time will come when you all recognize God's glory. Can't wait.
I just realized, this whole blind faith thing is a bit like those ridiculous siblings.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you mean. Shun is a follower of Julius, and Sue is a follower of Shun. Quite so. He treats me like a religious fanatic, but he doesn't realize that he's a hero fanatic himself. Isn't that just awful?
That's rich coming from you.
I guess I kinda get what you mean, though. When it comes to Julius, that guy never shuts up.
Yeah, I've heard enough tales of the hero's bravery to teach a class on it myself.
Like the one where a poor village couldn't afford to pay for monster extermination, so he saved them free of charge?
How do you feel about that, as part of the church the hero is supposed to work for?
Well, he isn't supposed to do things like that, but he makes up for it by donating to the church himself, so the higher-ups can't really complain.
That's royalty for you. Is he loaded or what?
Yeah, he's got the support of the whole kingdom behind him. If the hero were just a commander, he'd probably be wielded like a weapon and sent out on all kinds of dangerous missions. But if anyone tries to force Julius to do too much, they risk making him an enemy of the church.
Seems complicated.
Yeah, and apparently Julius takes it upon himself to do dangerous work like that anyway. He's quite the hero. I've actually met him too, and he totally lives up to the hype. His existence in itself is a miracle.
I guess with an older brother like that, you'd either rebel or end up worshipping him.
Maybe it's better this than rebelling then. Sure, I think so. Wanting to follow in his brother's footsteps is the manly thing to do.
I'm not sure how convincing that is, coming from a former man.
I'm pretty sure I'm still a man on the inside, thanks. No, you're not.
Yeah, right.
What's with the instant rebuttals? Ha ha ha. Still, I'd love to meet Sir Julius for myself. You haven't? Aren't you the future saint? I'm still just a candidate for now. As long as the current saint, Lady Yana, still lives, it's strictly hypothetical. As a mere future saint, I have no relation to the hero. A new saint is only born when the current saint or the current hero passes away.
So if the hero dies, the saint gets replaced even if she's still alive?
Of course, a saint only serves one hero, so if Sir Julius died, a new saint would be chosen even if Lady Yana lived. Ah, but it's improper to speak of such things. It's alright. Shun may be blinded by admiration when it comes to Julius, but nobody is invincible. There was even a time when he fell into a demon's trap and was poisoned. If a full-blown war with demons breaks out, there's no guarantee even Julius would survive.
That's true. We can't talk about it in front of Shun, but apparently fighting a real demon is quite difficult.
Yes, and the long silent demon lord has started moving again. Yeah, according to the rumors, it might have been right around when we were babies.
It seems like a lot has happened around that time, doesn't it? The religious war between the word of God and the goddess, the appearance of the nightmare of the labyrinth, and so on.
The goddess is a false idol! Ah, sure. The nightmare of the labyrinth. That was the spider monster that dealt Julius his first and only defeat, right?
I overheard him talking about it with Shun. It sounds almost like the demon lord.
What if it really was?
How could a spider be the lord of demons? I thought all demons were humanoid.
Yeah, but maybe it had a humanification skill, like what you're after, Faye.
You know there's no such skill as humanification, right?
Oh, so there isn't.
There's not, although I suppose it's possible there are skills that could do something similar.
Well, they say demons look exactly like humans, so if a monster could disguise itself as a human, it could probably mingle with demons.
That's misleading. Demons really ought to at least have horns or something.
Wouldn't that make it a devil, not a demon?
I've never heard any such distinction.
Say, this is just a thought, but a new demon lord took over right around when we were born, right? Could you imagine if the demon lord was one of us reincarnations? Yo, don't even joke about that. Besides, that'd mean the demon lord was a baby at the time too. Oh dear, I'm sorry.
I doubt a baby could become a demon lord so quickly unless it spent every waking moment from the time it was born moving around and leveling up.
Wow, talk about a horror story.